What about the safety of our embassy employees and staff? How secure are they, given these threats from Maduro?
Well, we expect them to be treated like any diplomats are. Their job, and that is to be respected. Their job is to have relationships with the government of Venezuela, the constitutional government of Venezuela, as recognized by over 15 countries around the world, and the OAS is the Guaido government, and obviously we're going to interact with them. I would say two things. Number one, we're always going to be constantly watching to make sure that none of our people abroad are in a dangerous situation. We've pulled people out of Havana because we didn't know how to protect them from these mysterious attacks that left many of them deeply injured. But I will say this, and it's not for me to make announcements or even openly speculate. These are decisions made by the president. But if any harm should come to these diplomats from the United States, I want everybody to know that the consequences, I believe, from this administration that they'll impose will be swift and they'll be decisive. I know this for certainty, and I think that message needs to be clear, for good or for a lot of people don't like him. I work with him well on a lot of issues, disagree with him on some. But the one thing I can tell you about this president is he does things other presidents didn't do and wouldn't do. And I think we've seen some of that decisiveness here, at least for good, in the case of Venezuela. And I also think they deserve credit, because the U.S. is not doing some unilateral action. We are working through multilateral international organizations. The OAS has been reinvigorated. This coalition of nations, the reason why that coalition is stuck together is because the Trump administration has not outkicked their coverage. They have not gone further than this coalition, and they haven't fractured it as a result.
How can you be sure that our embassy staff is secure? Can we evacuate them if necessary?
Well, there's no doubt that we have the capability to do so, the United States, and we have strong allies in Brazil and in Colombia and others. But I'm not going to get into tactical details of this, because that's not what I do, and that wouldn't be for me to decide. I'm saying we expect them to be respected. We expect for them to be safe. And if the Maduro regime, which is not the government, they're now an armed gang that possesses weapons and the ability to harm the population, if they are responsible for any harm that comes to these people, we'll do what we need to do to protect our personnel. We'll do whatever it takes to protect them and put them into safety, but we are also going to impose grave consequences on the people responsible for that harm, and that should be left very clearly understood. And that's not some idle threat. I'm telling you, I can't go any further than that, but I'm telling you the consequences will be significant.